Today, I want to talk about something crucial for living a fulfilling life: boosting your self-esteem and self-confidence. My name is Angie. Welcome to my channel, Quiet Confident Woman. My passion is building confidence in women, especially introverted women. And I love doing that by supporting you in taking an area of your life that just feels chaotic or heavy or stressful and bringing it to an area of calm through different systems or strategies. If you love what you hear today, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and if you don't already receive emails once a week, definitely sign up for those. The link for that is in the notes. When I think about self-confidence and self-esteem, I often interchange those words, but they really are two different things. So let's start with the definition of each one of those first. Self-esteem is how you see yourself and your value, where self-confidence is your belief in your abilities. Now, even though they're two distinct different things, the strategies to improve them are very similar. Now, when you have strong self-esteem and self-confidence, you're better equipped to set boundaries, stop people-pleasing tendencies, and just make decisions that align with your true desires. So today, let's explore ways to boost both your self-confidence and your self-esteem. The first way I want to talk about is moving your body. And I am so passionate about this one. When you move your body, you release feel-good endorphins, and that just makes you happy and have energy. And just when you are in a good mindset space, you think good things. Good things happen, right? So moving your body is crucial, and really on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying that moving your body is going to the gym and doing this weightlifting workout every single day or doing HRT. Moving your body can be a nice 20-minute walk. It can be playing basketball in your front yard. It can be rollerblading or ice skating or a hike in the woods. Whatever you want to do to move your body counts. So it doesn't mean you have to be intense, but that feel-good endorphins will definitely boost your self-esteem and your self-confidence. The next is to practice self-compassion. How do you speak to yourself? Many of the times, the negative things that we say, we would never say to someone else. So just be aware of that as you move throughout your day. And when you catch yourself speaking negatively to yourself, what are some things that you can say to flip that into positive affirmations? When we are shifting this, you become your best advocate and you definitely increase your self-esteem. The next is practicing self-care. We as moms, wives, Uber drivers, chefs, all of the things can very much get lost in all of that and not focus on ourselves. And when our cup is filled and we are overflowing with goodness, all of that goodness creates positivity to all of those around us. So look at what you can do for self-care that fills your cup. It could be the stereotypical things like taking a bath or snuggling up in a cozy blanket with some tea and a book, or it can be things that are not typical. Maybe it's sitting down and painting for a little bit, or maybe it's going for a run, which can double for your physical activity for the day. Whatever it is, make sure that you are filling your cup. Get to know who you are. What are your strengths? What do you love to do? What are you good at? Look at all of those things and add more of that into your life. When we are doing the things that we are good at, we will find a lot more joy, which allows us to have more self-confidence because we are confident in our abilities then, because it is something that we have been gifted with. So if you have a strength of creativity, how can you utilize that in your career? Or maybe it's a strength of strategy. How can you utilize that in your career? And maybe it's a way that hasn't been utilized at all yet, and that's okay. But when you are able to utilize that in something that you do every day, it definitely will make your experience so much better. But the people that you work with and the people that you work for will be blessed tremendously as well. So look for those areas of your life that you are strong in. And if you don't have a way to incorporate that into your career or your job, make sure that is part of your self-care, something that you can pour into in your own time, whether it's a hobby or just something you do for 15 minutes every single week. Focus on the things that you're strong in. The next is to challenge negative thoughts. Not only the way that we speak to ourselves, like the practicing self-compassion, which is negative thinking, but also, do you just think negatively all the time? Are you always thinking there's no way this deadline is going to be met, or we're going to be late again, there's never any way we're going to be on time? If that is typically your thought process, change that narrative. And by changing that narrative, it's not meaning if you have a deadline that you don't think you're going to meet, I'm not saying to say, oh, we're going to meet this deadline, because if you feel in your gut that you're not going to be able to meet that deadline, just saying we're going to meet this deadline is probably not going to happen, because you still, like, your brain is overriding it. You still feel it like you're not going to overcome and meet this deadline. But if you use your strengths that you have to utilize that deadline and change the narrative a little bit, maybe you have a strength of strategy and you're thinking, okay, this deadline is here, it seems like it can't happen. These are the things that we need to do in order to hit this deadline by this date. And if we do those things all in alignment, then we really will hit this deadline. And then it just makes it so much more visible. And you're thinking, yeah, this can really happen. So sometimes you pull your strengths in to something that you feel can't be accomplished. And by switching that narrative a little bit, incorporating your strengths into it, you will then be able to switch that into positive thinking. Next, celebrate your strengths. We are all unique, my friend, and that is what makes us great. The things that you are strong at, other people are not, and celebrate those things. Celebrate that you have a creative mind that nobody else on your team has, or celebrate that you love to talk, which allows you to build relationships really easily. Focus on those things that you're strong at and celebrate them. It will definitely boost your self-esteem and your self-confidence. Have an attitude of gratitude. How many times have we heard that? But really cultivating gratitude is huge. When we are looking at the things that are positive in our life, we find that positive comes to us. When we are focusing on things that are negative in our life, guess what? Negative comes to us. So wake up every morning and find something that you're grateful for, or before you go to bed at night, find something you're grateful for. It could be that the sun was out that day. It could be that you had an extra hour of time to yourself. It could be that meeting that you were talking negatively about without being able to meet a deadline, you flipped that script and now you really feel that that deadline is achievable. Celebrate that. Be in an attitude of gratitude. It will definitely improve your self-esteem. And the last one is to surround yourself with positivity. We are like the 5 people we hang around with the most. And if you leave a space feeling uplifted and encouraged and motivated, those are the people that need to be in your circle. If you leave a space and you feel drained and defeated and just not in a good space, those people probably don't need to be in your circle. So be aware of that, because those people that lift you up will definitely increase your confidence and they definitely will increase your self-esteem. If you are thinking, Angie, I could really adjust many of those things, I don't want you to focus on more than one. Just pick one to start with that you can adjust. Adjust it until you feel it's in a really good place, and then you can add another. When we add a whole bunch of things at once and we alter it, not only do we get confused, get overwhelmed, but we can really create burnout, even though they're all great things. I would rather have you have 1 degree of lasting change versus 80 degrees of change that only lasts a couple of months. When you are confident in your abilities and comfortable in who you are, you'll naturally set healthy boundaries. You'll stop people pleasing and create space for what truly matters to you. Well, you can't control what other people think about you. You can control what you think about you. And that is what matters. Thank you for joining me today, my friend. I will see you next time.